Welcome back to DonBest.com, ladies and gentlemen. I am Frank Trigg, and here I am sitting in New Orleans, Louisiana, and down there in Costa Rica this week is Nick Kalikas. I'm up here at Mardi Gras. I wonder what Nick is doing down there in Costa Rica. You having any fun?
I'm not like Mardi Gras, man. You're a lucky guy. You're partying a little bit up there, huh?
Yeah, it's been some really, really late nights and some very early mornings. It's been a little bit of a hangover challenge, but this morning getting up before the crack of noon was very difficult, but I'm glad I got up and got dressed, got showered. Now I have the whole rest of the day to try to nurse this hangover with some very, very strong, spicy Bloody Marys.
There you go. I'm jealous, man. I want to make it out to New Orleans. I've never been there, but I will eventually.
It is definitely back. With the Super Bowl being here last week, and obviously the sports programs here are very, very strong again. It's bringing the whole community back. It's a great place to be, and I imagine everyone's going to be on TV this weekend. If they don't have Fuel TV at home, they'll be watching it out at the bars, trying to watch this event, UFC on Fuel 7, with the Bantam interim title coming up with Barao versus McDonald. Co-main event of Cub Swanson versus Dustin Poirier is also a great fight. If you don't have Fuel TV, you need to get out and watch this fight no matter where you are. It's one of those fights that's got to be seen. The prelim's going to be seen on Facebook, but Fuel TV will show the main portion of the card. Swanson, MMA record, 18-5, 7 wins via KO. Poirier, MMA record, 13-2, 6 wins via sub. I'm interested to see how this fight's going to break down, but I'm leaning towards Cub Swanson. What's the betting line? How do you think the fight's going to break out?
Well, right now, Cub Swanson anywhere between 130, 145, 140-ish out there. So a very slight favorite over Dustin Poirier. Now, I opened Dustin Poirier the other way, though. So the public has come in and flipped the line over. So I opened Dustin Poirier the slight favorite. I honestly believe that Dustin's a little bit better at this point in their careers. I mean, they're right there, ranked right next to each other in most of the rankings out there from the media. So, I mean, it's a very close competitive fight, like a pick'em fight, basically. So I think it's almost about right. But I think Dustin Poirier is probably the more well-rounded, talented fighter of the two. I think his submission game's a little bit better. I don't think he's going to hit the ground much, but I think he can hang on the feet. My concern, of course, like everybody else, is why they're betting Cub Swanson, is Poirier's been rocked lately, and I think that Swanson could definitely catch that chin, so he's got to be concerned there.
I like the way Swanson's been battling on his feet. We've seen some great devastating knockouts. He's backpedaling and catching guys. He's going forward and catching guys. He's got a great power, Swanson does. But I also worry about Poirier, how he battles in and how he gets in that pocket. And sometimes Swanson has problems with guys who are in the pocket. But I'm definitely leaning towards Cub Swanson, and especially because he's the favorite. I think now even the betting public is trying to follow my lead or follow what I'm believing, and I'm going to jump on their lead and go ahead and bet Swanson for this fight.
I'm almost tempted to go the other side, though, honestly, with the plus money in Poirier, especially if he keeps climbing.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, too, is that Poirier's not out of it. These main events and co-main events lately have been in a position where they're really match made well. Like Joe Silva's done a great job, and Sean Shelby's doing a great job at the UFC of getting evenly matched fights. So it's tough to bet props. It's going to get a lot harder to bet the favorite versus the underdog because you never know which way these things are going to go. I have a lot of my friends that are making a lot of money, betting the dogs, especially with the whole Brazilian team that won was in Anderson Silva or Alistair Overeem losing and Bigfoot Silva beating him. All of a sudden, they made a lot of money betting dogs, and they're kind of leaning that way again, where they'll bet on a guy like Poirier. That's not my way. I prefer to stick with Swanson because I just think he's a better fighter in this one. Going down to the main event, this one is absolutely worth the Bantam interim title. Barao beat Faber for the interim title because Dominic Cruz is still hurt. When Cruz is healthy and whoever the interim champion is, they'll unify the belts and put it back together again. It's Michael McDonald versus Renan Barao. McDonald, MMA record 15-1. Barao, MMA record of 29-1. Both guys have beat some amazing guys. McDonald's has Tapia, Carrasco, and Torres, where Barao beat Faber, Jorgensen, and Pickett. It's a great battle between these two guys, but I lean a little bit towards Barao because he's the interim champ. Is he really a huge favorite? I think it'd be really close.
Well, actually, he's coming in over 3-1 in most spots. I think we'll probably see the line drop back down, maybe just under 3-1, because McDonald gets a lot of respect from the betting public, as he should. I mean, the guy's definitely talented, dangerous striker on the feet, dangerous on the ground as well. But I just think it's another matchup that Barao's just a little bit better everywhere. I think if it stays standing, he's going to have a slight edge. He does have to be cautious, though, because McDonald does have nasty KO power. But even on the ground, I think he can out-wrestle him, put him on his back, put McDonald on his back, that is, and stay out of his submission game. So I think Barao has the advantages in this fight, but McDonald's a very dangerous guy to lay 3-1 against. So for me, it's another one of those difficult fights to pass. Maybe, pick 2 or 3 guys on the undercard and stick Barao in a parlay.
I agree with that. I didn't realize he was such a big favorite. I thought it'd be a lot closer than that. I'm gonna, have to leave this one alone then. I am picking Barao to win the fight, but I'm not going to bet any money on him at a 3-1 odds because we have to put down so much money to make any kind of value for me. I'm going to leave it alone, and it's tough to bet prop bets on this thing because it's so hard. I can see either guy winning by knockout. I can see a Barao winning by decision. So there's so many different props I can see within this fight that this fight could end in. I even got to leave that bet alone. So like you said, unless I put in a parlay, I'm just going to leave it alone entirely.
Yeah, and I know a lot of action is going to come in on the dog as well because he's that talented. So some sharp action might drop the number.
If it drops down closer to 2-1 or 1.5 to 1, I might jump on it then. But before that, I'm going to leave it alone.
Agreed.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is another edition of MMA Insiders here on DonBest.com. That's Nick Kalikas. I'm Frank Trigg, and we'll see you next time.